everybody, we are back, and it is time for tonight's Animal Crossing community stream. It's good to see everybody. I have officially joined the voice channel in Discord, so anybody who'd care to come hang out with me, you're more than welcome to. I hope everybody's had a wonderful weekend. We had some fun this morning with Mario and Rabbids that ran into a headache with a battle I couldn't beat, and then a system crash. So, yeah. But now it's time to relax, chill, and enjoy a nice, peaceful time exploring the Isle of Jogurtown in Animal Crossing New Horizons. For today, day 58, and our 58th day of streaming in a row. So, without further ado, let's transition and get to it. Seriously, I see we have a few people here already. I hope you've all had a wonderful weekend. I really do. Even though I've seen it a million times, I never see that final twist coming. I'm still reeling. Oh dear. There I go again, prattling on about my personal TV habits. Sorry, folks. You know who's two Animal Crossing characters we haven't seen in a while that I miss are, Pelly and Phyllis. Dear my dreamy Mackenzie, I had a dream that me and you climbed the mountain, in the dark. At the top was a couch. We sat and ate snacks and watched the sun come up. It was real chill and fun. Let's find a sunrise, Bob. RX, good evening, sir. Welcome, welcome. It's always good to see you, dude. 102,845 points. Rank S. 6 digits, you've done it. On the occasion of earning a score above 100,000, please accept our congratulations and this special gift. It's always good to have you here, my friend. Always good. And we have earned our silver Happy Home Academy trophy. I wonder if we could put it on top of the radio. That would look cool. Nope. That'll work. And we're on early enough, we should be able to catch some butterflies. Hey, there's Big Top and Marcy. Oh, Marcy's watering some flowers herself. Oop, I lost count. Thank God that was an ore rock and not the money rock. I would have really felt stupid. So how did the rest of your weekend go, Mr. RX? I hope you've had a wonderful time. Another ore rock. And gave me an ore. Wonder if a certain Crazy Red might be here today. We haven't seen him in a while, have we? A lot of boo bottles flying around. Yeah, it was good. Played some D&D, met up with my parents for the first time since the whole Corona business started, so a good weekend. I'm glad to hear it, Arx. Really glad to hear it. Hey, it's Pom Pom and Cody. Oh my gosh, it's touchdown! And Big Top! There's a crack. Fossil number 1, come forward. I bid to you. A lot of blue bottles flying around today. Say hi to Miss Sable. And Miss Profina. Dracnon, good evening, sir. And Jeannie, good morning. Welcome one, welcome all. It's always wonderful to see you. Can't hop in voice chat for the moment. Got things to do. No worries, Jeannie. Jumping in voice chat is never required, just always welcomed. Ooh, there's a crack. Fossil number 2. There's the money rock. Let there be bells. My afternoon was quiet, a little lazy. I did start a load of dishes. And I put in some laundry right before we started. Balloon incoming! But I didn't do quite half of what I should have done. We got a book. I'd prefer that was a DIY recipe for a book, but, you know, I'll take it. It's one less to craft once you'll have the recipe. Hey, Phil's having a rest. Say hi to Phil. What's the latest, Herc? Let's chat. Ah, just look at that sky. Mother Nature always picks such on-trend colors for the season. Well said, Mr. Phil. Well said. It's also possible, Genie, now that I have one, maybe I'll just be able to buy 5 from the the ATM, the ATB. Money, 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 money. It's almost one of the most exciting parts of the stream. It's almost garden time. I wonder if we have any new beautiful hybrid flowers growing in. Or any pretty butterflies flying around. No new hyacinths. We got a blue windflower coming in. Finally! I've been trying for that for a while. It looks like we got another yellow-orange tulip coming in. Or is that red? Looks like no new mums, but our yellow cosmos are almost sprouted. And there's our last fossil. All the fossils have been found. God, they made the water gorgeous in this game. Hey, Miss Marcy. Sorry, I gotta do this. Weeds. They shall not be tolerated. Damn you, fish. Hey, we caught a koi. Oh, Miss Marcy was applauding me. Ooh, who's on the stump? No one. Let's go get these fossils ID'd. You may assess the fossils. Assess! Yay! We got one we need! What do we got? A right Quetzal wing. The Quetzalcoatlus is complete, and a splendid specimen indeed. The Quetzalcoatlus was a remarkable creature. Pray tell, might I enlighten you with a few facts? Let's hear it. Wonderful, 'tis fascinating stuff, I assure you. Now, where to begin? The Quetzalcoatlus, the undisputed ruler of the skies, at least during the late Cretaceous period. It had a magnificent wingspan of roughly 36 feet, making it one of the largest flying animals ever. While it no doubt soared magnificently, we now know it also crawled on all fours. It's a bit disappointing, really. This illustrious sky god scrabbling on the ground like a comet beetle. They say you should never meet your heroes. Oh, poor Blathers! Poor Blathers. You're making me tempted to spoil it. I'm learning to make iron armor. I just need to learn to make gold armor. Yeah, it's been long enough. Genie, go ahead, spoil it. There you go, RX. Look at the box art. The silver and gold hint was all about it being the NES silver box games and, of course, Zelda. Yeah, there were only 3 games that were released with the silver version of the black box art. Which is why they seemed kind of perfect for Easter eggs for the black box soundboard. Okay. A little disappointing on the butterfly front. You're till 7. Agrius might be gone. No, even that should be there still. The Queen Alexandria is not going to be around. Peacock's still 7. Huh. Cherry salmon. Not what I'm looking for, but I'll take it. Oh, what? Oh, wow. Nah, I can't do it. on, see it? Make sure this is the size I'm looking for. Quick Mind, welcome! Another cherry salmon. Hey Mackenzie in chat, not sure how long I have, but figured I would drop in during my break. It's good to see you, dude. Are you working? If so, that blows. Excuse me one sec, I gotta take this. How has the rest of your day been, Quick Mind? RX, one of these days, I hope you'll join me in voice chat. Hey, Celida, welcome.
Hey.
Let me turn your volume up a little bit.
I think it's as high as it's gonna get.
No, I can adjust it on my end.
Oh.
There you go. Now you're coming in loud and clear. Welcome, welcome.
Hey.
I'm heading to the airport for you now. Oh. And the worst part is I remembered a couple things that I need to go back to work to do.
Oh, that sucks.
Jeannie, this is Celida, who's come to visit a few times. Via online play? Roger. Rest of my day has been okay. I'm glad to hear it, Quick Mind. All my friends. Gates open.
On my way.
Yay! Am I pronouncing that right, by the way?
No.
I had a feeling.
It's Gaelic. It's actually pronounced Kaylee.
Gotcha. Okay. That'll be easy to remember.
Right?
Sprite is might. Welcome. Doing wonderful. Ah, you're still the deserted island dweller.
how to change that.
You go to your passport
Oh.
in your Nook phone. Feeling better now that the sun comes out. I'm one of those people that gets dumpy when it's cloudy all day. See, I'm the opposite. I'm the one who's more likely to sit by the window and look outside when it's raining and cloudy. Kaylee from Shalador is here. Hello. Here's one of the... I've got like, I'm on my third row of these things now. I found such great ones as dozing. Anyway, welcome back to Jogartville. Or Jogartown. I originally wanted to name it Jogartville, but it wasn't enough room.
Ah. Why that name?
Because my mascot character for my channel is Jogurt.
Oh. I think I forgot that.
That's why he's on the flag and everything.
Aw.
I got a neon we're open sign.
Dude, that's very shiny.
I'm trying to find the recipes I need for a giant robot, but I'm not having much luck. I need to learn to craft gold armor and a rocket.
Wow.
Dearest reader, I've grown weary of run-of-the-mill furniture, so I have designed a DIY furniture recipe sure to inspire. It would be cruel of me to keep this recipe to myself, so I'm sharing. Please bring this recipe to life with hopes, Blanche. All that for a classic picture.
Huh.
Here you go. I don't know if you need it or not. I've already learned it.
Yeah, I think I've got that one.
Well, if you do, I'll put it in the market.
Yeah, let me try.
There's a couple new ones over there. I got 2 copies of a cardboard bed on the same day.
Wild. Yeah, I don't need that one, so there you go.
Which, why do I need a cardboard bed anyway?
To go with the cardboard boxes? I don't know.
Maybe. I've been watching my clifftop river areas because there's one fish that goes away at the end of the month that I haven't caught yet that can only be caught there.
Oh, wow.
Golden trout. The garden's coming along. Aren't all my mums pretty?
They are.
And I got my first black roses and my first purple roses.
Ooh.
And he'll be on more things soon. Yeah, I can't wait to for that little animation you're working on for me to be done, Jeannie. So how's your island coming along?
It's not bad. I haven't had a lot of time to work on it lately.
Understandable. I worked on it all afternoon long. I can't wait to see it.
It is,
Miss Jeannie is working on a little Jogurt animation to play as a sub alert when I get somebody subscribing to the channel.
Oh, very cool.
Yep. I need to clean the garden up some again.
Yeah, I have to figure out where I'm going to put my garden. I don't quite know.
I would worry about that more after you get your concert. Because after you get the 3-star island and you get the KK Slider concert, that's when you get the landscaping tools.
Yeah, I'm building a new bridge, and I've got one plot of land ready to sell.
You have a new villager move in?
Yeah, I haven't had it happen yet. I've got one new villager from the campsite. I got Leopold.
Leopold, cool. The name rings a bell.
Oh, my elephant watering can went away.
Aw. He might have one. They might have one in the store. I can't wait. Right over here, I finally got my first blue windflower coming in.
I see that. That's really pretty. Alright, I'm running to your store to see if you have the watering can.
Sure.
I think I can find my way there.
You've been here a few times. You should know your way around somewhat. If nothing else, just look at the map in your Nook phone.
Yeah.
I still think the neatest thing to me was the first time after I put paths down, when I looked at the map of the island on the Nook phone, and I saw that it actually had the paths on the map.
Yeah, that is cool.
It's a really neat little touch. I caught a dace. Fishing is not that easy. No, Sprite is right. No, it is not. It's also not nearly as entertaining. I've actually been a little disappointed this afternoon. I've been keeping on going through the garden because it's still the time of day that some of the good, valuable butterflies should still be around. And yet I'm not seeing any of them. In fact, I'm not seeing many bugs, period. There's a lot of blue bottles flying around the main part of the island, but it's not anything up around the garden. It's kind of weird. Oh, have you been here since I redesigned my house?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I got my upstairs put in. And with that, you actually can... Mm-hmm. Okay, so you've been here since I got the upstairs?
I think so.
Okay.
Maybe.
Because when you get the upstairs, they let you pick from different designs for the outside of your house. Whew. Pardon me. By the way, have you been checking your recycling box every so often?
Not as often as I should.
There's a couple items you can only get out of there, so it's worth taking a look at.
Oh, I will remember that.
No, I didn't mean to leave. Nook shopping. Yay, I can buy them!
You can buy what? Oh,
I was all
recipe?
excited because I got the recipe for a wooden bookshelf. But to make the wooden bookshelf, you need 5 books. And I not only didn't have a recipe for books, I hadn't had a book. So I just had one get dropped by a balloon today. And I went to the ABD. And sure enough, now that I've got one, I can buy more.
Nice.
So tomorrow I'll be able to make my bookshelf. Yay!
You said there was new stuff in here?
I haven't done... There's a few new things upstairs in the house. I didn't know if you'd seen the outside of the house since I got the colors changed.
I'm looking at your recipes. See if I need any of them.
Oh, you're in the marketplace.
Yeah, I just got the watering can.
Yay! Did they have another elephant one for you?
No, I got a flimsy one.
They have the elephant ones fairly regularly. I'll watch for them. The way to get the upgraded store is you have to have the first 2 target. There's 3 things you have to have done for the upgraded store. It's pretty much guaranteed you will have done the first 2 of them by the time you get the 3rd. Which is the first store has to be open for 30 days.
Ah.
Go, go, Godzilla. But yeah, I'm trying to make the giant robot because then I'm going to make like a little fenced off boardwalk area and have them staring each other down.
That'll be fun.
Black bass. I was reading something the other day that was actually from the localization team. And they were talking about when they did a lot of the fish puns and stuff like that.
I do love a good fish pun.
And they were saying how, like, the original pun for the sea bass was about it being like a C-. And they decided that they wanted to keep things more positive, so it became a C+. There's that little decisions like that influenced a lot of the localization work in this game.
That's fun.
It just came out at the perfect time.
It did.
So how are your coworkers been talking about it since you've been playing?
I've got one of them on my friends list. I've not been to his place yet.
Gotcha.
He works 12-hour shifts, so I'm hardly ever.
Yikes, having done those for as long as I just did recently, I know how much those suck.
Yeah, so.
In fact, the worst job I have ever had was a job where I worked for a company that I was the weekend overnight guy.
Oh, yeah. Can I steal your apples?
Yeah.
I'm trying to get the bridge paid off today.
That works. But, it was a, like, server hosting company. And most of the time I had absolutely nothing going on. I was basically just there in case the phone rang. So I could put in a ticket for whatever needed to be done. The problem is, first of all, they never actually trained me to do my job and work with their software. Which was all custom, like, home-built software. And then, on top of that, other than, like, the 30 minutes before I started, and, like, the 30 minutes at the end of my shift, I was literally the only person in the building the whole time.
Wow.
It sucked. So what's the fish you want to catch most if there's types you haven't caught yet? The fish I am watching for the most right now, Sprite is Might, is the golden trout. You can catch them on cliff-top rivers. So anything that's at a higher elevation than ground elevation. Geez, it sounds like it would have been a slow night. It was, Quick Mind. It really was. That job was a nightmare. I was only there for like 2 months before I got fired. Which didn't come as a surprise at all, because, again, I never actually got trained to do my job. Like, my training consisted of doing data entry type work that had nothing to do with the job I was going to actually be doing. Were you allowed to entertain yourself with web browsing or doing stuff on your phone? This was... Hold on. I was able to use the internet, but this was back when the internet was not what it is today. It was a lot more limited in what we had available to you. And, because this was... I want to say 2011? So it's like the internet was a thing, but, you know, YouTube wasn't the big thing it is now. Stuff like that. Actually, no. It was way earlier than that. I'm thinking wrong. This would have been like 2005. Yeah, we're talking like 05 is when I was doing that.
Oh yeah, that's really early days.
Like somewhere in 04, 05.
2006, that's in my head is when
Like, it was still when the how is Google making their website work when they don't have advertisements? I don't know how many of you remember that, but at first, yeah, GameFAQs was big back then. But I don't know if you remember, but at first, a lot of people didn't understand how Google was going to work. Because at the time, like if you went to any search engine, Yahoo, Metacrawler, Excite, Alta Vista, any of the big search engines of the time, they always had, you know, you had the search bar and the logo, and then the rest of the page was all like ads. Excite, oh my gosh, that was my go-to back in the day. But anyway, here Google shows up, and they've got this bare bones, freaking completely blank website with nothing but their logo and a search bar on it. And I was like, how the hell does this work? I had, was it Yahoo? Was it Yahoo? I think it was Yahoo that used to have the customizable search page where you could have like news on it, but I went through and I put like all the comic strips I used to read out of the newspapers on it. So I would get the daily newspaper comics, like my Foxtrot and Garfield and all of those on my front page of my search engine. Did you hear we have company? I think they're from another island. We gotta show them around. I want to make sure they see all of Jokertown's hotspots. But yeah, it's crazy how there's actually kids today that, like, find it hard to believe there was a time before YouTube and Google. In fact, I still remember when Flash first came around. You remember the first Flash websites, QuickMind? I remember the first one I saw had, they were like, oh my god, you gotta check people. It was in, I want to say 2000. And people were like, oh my god, you've got to look at this. You'll never believe this. Look at this site. And I went to it, and it was, at first glance, it just seemed like any other web page. But there was this little image of a guy playing the drums, like a little stick figure. And if you moved the mouse over different buttons on the screen, he animated in different ways and played the drums different sounds. Of course, the first one that really stood out to me was the website they made for promoting the movie Star Trek Insurrection. They made a page that animated and was like a next generation computer console, and you could click on different places and the screen would swoosh around and icons, elements would move and things would pop open, then you'd close it and they'd all go back. And Newgrounds. Yup. I want to sell. Hollow Founder, another cherry salmon. I remember when frames came out for websites. Yup, I remember frames. My old, my first big, not really big, but my first trafficked website used frames.
I should probably get going, hon.
Okay. I'll walk with you to the airport.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. You're always welcome, you know that.
I know. It's polite.
Did you get to say hi to everybody? I remember when Netscape Communicator first came out, it was such a huge jump in quality from Internet Explorer or whatever was used back then. Netscape Navigator, you mean? Did you know that he'll react if you clap to him?
No.
When you get back to your town, go up to him and don't talk to him or anything. Just stand right where you're at now and do the delight.
Okay.
And clap to him.
Alright.
Yeah, Netscape Navigator, quick mind. Sometimes he'll clap back, sometimes he'll smile, sometimes he'll blush. You trying it out?
I'm not quite home yet.
Ah, you're still flying.
Yep, just landing.
The change from big CRT monitors to modern widescreen seemed so sudden. Yeah, it did. Ace of Thorns, crazy, all that stuff is nostalgia. Yeah, yes, it is.
Alright, let me go clap at this guy.
It's funny that I don't know most of the stuff that you talked about. No, Jeannie, that just makes us feel old.
Oh, you have to be in the right exact spot for him to clap.
Well, he does a couple different reactions. Sometimes he'll clap. Sometimes he'll blush.
Oh, I might have missed the blush then.
And sometimes he doesn't do any. Every now and then he doesn't do anything.
Alright, time to sell apples.
Sell the apples, yay. Hey, quick mind, you remember ICQ?
I use that all the time.
So did I. In fact, the year I went away for college, I actually taught my dad how to use ICQ. We set him up with an ICQ account. And he had it on his computer at work so I could talk to him at work. Seems Communicator was a suite of programs. It was the fourth major release of Netscape browsers. Gotcha. Yes. Uh-oh. Yep. What's crazy is, and a lot of people might not realize, I don't know how many people used Winamp back in the day, but Winamp still exists. I caught a frog, or a new neighbor. I might have some explaining to do. I still use Winamp as well, RX. ICQ was like an instant messaging client. Yeah, like AIM would be the closest parallel. Genie is bright as might, making all of us feel old. Used to use, real player. Genie, stop that. I'm turning 40 next month. Just turned 23. Quick Mind turned 39 in July. I wasn't sure if you... I knew you were probably close to me in age, Quick Mind, but... Spent lots of time in line in the 90s, so these memories are very fresh for me. I'm 34. Quick Mind, how do you feel being one of the grandpas of Twitch? One of the old men. I agree. It's always fun when I'm in somebody's chat and they get talking about age and everybody's like, I'm 26, I'm 25, I'm 30. And it's like, I'm older than all of you, I'm 32. I'm like, I'm turning 40 soon. But yeah, I still remember being in high school and having a pager. Anybody else have a pager back then? Yep, I had a pager with voicemail. Well, you know how it is, Genie. The old men tend to attract the combination of men their own age and younger women who want them. My boyfriend had to use a pager at work. I remember I had my pager, and, oh God, don't say that. I was hoping for a good reaction there, Genie. I remember I thought I was so cool back in the day. My first computer had a 14.4. My first computer was the original Intel Pentium chip, clocked at 66 megahertz. It had a blazing 8 megabytes of RAM and a absolutely unbelievably massive 540 megabytes of hard drive space. It was like, what are we going to do with all of... It was then, Genie. Oh yeah, it was a Packard Bell. It was a Packard Bell that we bought from Sears. I got an external hard drive for my Amiga, 120 meg. That cost 499 pounds and halved in price a fortnight later. There were so many computers back then that didn't even have hard drives. I mean, not so much when we got our first computer, but... Our first was a Hewlett-Packard 90 megahertz processor. I mean, think of all the computer brands that just aren't really around anymore. The Packard Bell and the Compaq, E-Machines, Gateway. Gateway with the cow print boxes. That's awesome, QuickMind. My second computer was a Gateway. It was a Pentium 3. I don't remember the exact specs. I know that I didn't get to know older computers because my father was a pharmacist and needed to have newer technologies. That makes complete sense. Hey, QuickMind, do you watch the 8-Bit Guy at all? Okay, no worries. Man, I can't remember who it was, if it was the 8-Bit Guy or if it was LGR, but he got his hands a couple years back on a new old stock IBM AT. It was like, oh. Still sealed in its boxes. Nothing installed. And of course, the absolute treasure of having that guy, a brand new, never been touched before, IBM Model M keyboard. Oh. Still the holy grail of keyboards to this day. Missed that balloon. Just this week, I got a Raspberry Pi desktop kit. 116 pounds, 1.5 gigahertz quad-core keyboard, mouse, HDMI lead. Not set up yet, but damn, it's tiny. Yep. I got something to show you guys. We're not going to use it tonight. It's about time to wrap up Animal Crossing. But I got something I want to show you guys that I was working on today. You saw off these fish that I caught. Jeannie, you've seen a bit of a preview of this, but I've finished it now. So I don't know if I've mentioned this to everybody before, but one of the things I have planned in the not-so-distant future is a NES black box variety stream. Just playing a bunch of those early games of the NES library. Welcome back, Quick Mind. Perfect timing. We're going to intermission, and then I'm going to show off a new layout. So yeah, we're basically done. I'm just going to show this off really quick. For everybody that's been watching today on YouTube, thanks for hanging out today. I hope you had a good time, and we'll see you again soon.